Hey guys, welcome back to Investor Yoda. I'm Thomas Reggie Punara, and today I'm going to be talking about 6 investment strategies that can earn you passive income. So let's get right into it. So the first one on the list is savings account. I know a lot of you have savings account in traditional banks, but these traditional banks give you only 0.01 to 0.05% interest. So you want to have some kind of online savings account like with Goldman Sachs or with Ally Bank or with some of the other ones like Synchrony or Barclays. This way, these banks give you 0.4 to 0.5% versus your traditional 0.01 to 0.05%. So you should definitely consider one of these online savings account to get more interest rate on your savings. Next in the list is your Roth IRA or your traditional IRA. These are basically your retirement savings accounts, and these help with building your investments over a period of time. Now, I would recommend strongly getting a Roth IRA versus a traditional IRA simply because in a Roth IRA, you are taxed today. So if you're just starting off in your career, you're going to be taxed at a lower rate today versus tomorrow where you might have a higher tax. So definitely think about it. And again, these would be investments or these would be retirement accounts where you're investing, where you won't be able to take your money out until you reach 59 and a half years. If you take it out earlier, you're going to be having a withdrawal tax fee and a penalty on the capital gain you've got. So you're going to be taxed on that. So it is ideal you don't take it out. So ideally you want to invest money in this, which you're not going to take it out at least till 59 and a half years. The next one would be a Roth 401k or a traditional 401k. Again, this is very similar to an IRA. IRA is when you don't have an employer providing you with a retirement account, but in a 401k, employer provides you with a retirement account, and you should definitely take advantage of this because normally the employer would match your 401k. What I mean by that is if you invest $1,000, the employer might put in $1,000. So this way, it is actually free money you're getting along with your investment. So make sure you sign up for a Roth 401k or a traditional 401k. In a traditional 401k, you get pre-taxed. What that means is, let's say, for example, if you have an income of $50,000, you won't. And if you're investing $10,000 into a traditional IRA, you're not going to be taxed on the $10,000 of the $50,000, which means you only will be taxed on the $40,000 today. But in a Roth 401k, you'll be taxed on the entire $50,000 today. But when you take the amount out at 59 and a half years, you won't have any taxes on that amount. So at 59 and a half years, you might be taxed more than what you're being taxed right now based on your tax bracket. So it is always ideal to go with a Roth 401k. Next one on my list is the index funds. Definitely, you would want to get invested in some kind of index funds today because index funds ideally give you 7 to 8% return. So if you look at some of the index funds like SPY or VOO, you can see in the last 90 years, they've given you 8% return on your investment. So if you were to invest in index funds, you have a good chance of making 8% return based on the previous data we have. Again, when you're investing in index fund, you are investing into the top 500 companies, part of it, and definitely this is going to help in your investment growth. Now, the fifth one is investing in individual stocks or cryptocurrencies. But again, I wouldn't recommend investing in individual stocks because it's a higher risk on your return. Because let's say you invest in a company and tomorrow that company goes bankrupt. So there's a chance you might lose that money. But again, if you feel the company you're going after is going to perform well in the next 5 years, definitely you should invest. But for most investors, I would recommend index funds over individual stocks. But yes, there is gain to be made in individual stocks. If you look at some of the stocks like Tesla, Nvidia, you can see that over the past 5 years, they've given returns of over 100%. And it's the same story with cryptocurrencies. If you look at Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can see that they give you a high rate of return. But again, there is a volatility involved in it. So you wouldn't want to be investing in individual stocks more than 2 to 3% of your entire portfolio to avoid more risks. And the last one is real estate. Now, in real estate, I think you can make a lot of gain, especially if you have 10 to 20% down payment, because if you buy an investment property and if you give it out to a tenant, you're going to be getting rent every month, and this rent is a cash flow, and definitely that will help paying for your mortgages, and also it also helps with your tax deductions if you do it right. And especially with depreciation tax on your property, you can get tax deductions every year on your property, especially with property tax. And of course, as the years go by, you are building equity into your property and you're gaining more equity. So that means you are going to own that property in 10 to 20 years. So from the rent you're getting, you can probably put that as your mortgage and keep paying for that mortgage. And finally, in 10, 20 years, that property becomes your own. So definitely that helps you with building up some equity too. And of course, the real estate property always appreciates. Definitely there'll be some down cycles, but again, over the long term, definitely you're going to see some appreciation on your property. So real estate investment is another good way of investing, so that you can get some cash flow, you can get some tax deductions, you can also build some equity, and you also get a good appreciation on your property when you sell. So to give you a quick recap of the topics we've discussed so far, so definitely savings account, an online savings account definitely does help get you more interest rate. The next would be a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, and the next would be a 401k, like a traditional 401k or a Roth 401k. And of course, investing in index funds is always good with 8% return. And yeah, if you are sure of certain individual stocks or cryptocurrencies, sure, you should put a certain percentage of your portfolio in it for the gains. And for sure, real estate is definitely something to consider for passive income. So I think if you follow these 6 steps and if you start with just $100 today, you will have a great return in the long run. So I strongly believe you should start investing today. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you enjoyed my video. If you'd like to see more similar videos on this topic, please let me know. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like button and smash the subscribe button so that I can bring you more content in the future. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.